Today I'm going to be doing a very scientific experiment to make the ESP Nuke Domey and the titanium Nuke Puddle topped. And that's beef. For those of you who don't know, I've done this before with the Neon from Loft discs. This was a very puddle top disc that I gave a little bit of dome. The results, I think it added a little bit more glide. Instead of falling out of the air, it was actually staying in the air and was able to flex out of some angles. I haven't done it with high speed, semi-flat discs, so I don't know how it's gonna turn out, but I imagine it's gonna work. We'll see. But first, before we make these illegal, we must go out to the field and see how they fly. To get a good idea of how these are flying, I'm going to get a good shot of hyzer, flat, and a flex shot, and then I'll do one forehand flex. I will also get the distances, just in case there is a distance change after we do the modifications. Simple hyzers, 325, 315. Now we'll try to throw the flat shot as hard as we can. Came out on a touch of anhyzer. And that's beef. It seems as if the titanium one has some more beef to it. Maybe better with the ESP one. Oh yeah. Go baby, go, go, go. Still so short. Last one, forehand flex, max distance right here. All right. All right guys, that gives us an idea of how these fly before. Kind of beefy for my arm. Didn't throw them very far today, but now we're gonna go do some modifications and see what happens to them. Here's kind of the fun part. I think I'm gonna do these at the same time. So this big pot I'll use for the titanium one, and we'll make it a puddle top, and this little pot I'll use for the dome. For those of you who haven't seen me do this, it is a fairly easy process. So this one on the left, I'm gonna put the titanium Zeus on the grate. I'll put a bowl on top of that, and then I'll put weight on top of that, and you just let it sit, and after it sits long enough, it'll morph into a puddle top. I've never actually given a relatively flat disc dome, so my plan is I'm just gonna sit it right on top of this, put the weight on top of that, and I'm hoping that gives it dome. That's my thought. I don't know how long I should keep this on here. That was the big thing last time, is how long until it's okay. This is kind of scaring me. I'm hoping that this just cools down and then it's fine. Like I said, I haven't really done this portion, so I don't know how to do it effectively. Look, pop top now. It's a weird dome, no doubt about it. It's kind of a UFO-like. I'm gonna keep going. I've put this knife there to let the air out, and so now it doesn't sound like it's going to explode. Truthfully, I think that might be the best we get it. You can tell that there's some pop in there. It's not insane. It's not exactly what I had in my mind, but it might be the best that we can do. Now in my head, this one's gonna be a lot easier because all we have to do is put weight on. I forgot there was water in that. All right, now we got the titanium one. I think this one's going to be easier because we're just gonna be able to place it on top of this, put weight in the middle, and then it'll be domey. That's what I did with my last one, and it worked pretty well. Just let that sit for a little bit, see how it comes out. Oh yeah. That was the easiest one. We literally have a puddle. Look at that. That is pretty sick. We probably just made it less glidey and a lot more stable. We have a puddle top. This is basically like, I don't know, a paper plate almost. It looks ridiculous. And then we have kind of a dome. I'm happy with how the puddle top came out. Not super stoked about the dome. I feel like there's a better way I could have done it. Maybe I could have used a better bowl so that it was more rounded at the bottom. This thing kind of looks like a UFO, but it does have some pop to it. So it was kind of a success, kind of not. There's one last thing to do, and that is to get to the field and see if they fly differently. Same spot I was about an hour and a half ago. Still no wind, which is great. We're gonna throw these on the same shots as we did before and see if there's any difference. Oh no. I think we made it way more overstable. Oh, and we made that one less understable. About mid-flight, it looked like it wanted to start to flip up, and then it still had the hard fade. So I made it way more overstable. If you had the arm to throw it, maybe it's more glidey, but for me, that's just not gonna be the case. Yeah. It flips for a half second, trying to get to flat, but not quite. So that'll be interesting when we throw it more on that flat angle or the Annie to see how long it holds over. It's clear just from the hyzer, we've done some damage here. They fly a lot differently. Now let's go flat and see what happens. It goes nowhere. Probably came out on a little bit of hyzer, but it might not matter. I'll get it again and throw it again though. That was kind of pretty. I don't know if it really went any farther than before, but I felt like it held straighter for longer. There's some turn. No way. I feel like I've made something that is understable, but really overstable at the same time. Doesn't matter. Good heavens. It's so pretty until the very end. Won't lie, I thought the titanium nuke was gonna do better on that flex, but it just gets to this point where it comes out and then just dive bombs out. The Domey nuke, I think I'm just gonna have to chop down at it and see what happens. It's just too beefy. Yep, didn't even matter. Oh, roller. And this thing was interesting. It's like it didn't like the forehand Annie. No, it really doesn't. Same thing. I want to see it fly at least once, so I guess I'll throw it on some hyzer. There you go. It's so weird. All right, guys, there you have it. First, I want to hear your guys' thoughts on what you think happened, why it happened, or if it's anything about the video, just let me know down in the comments. Now let's start with the dome one, because I feel like that's the easiest to go over. It's pretty clear that I added some overstability to it. I mean, this thing is kind of like a Nuke OS now. It is mighty beefy. I would like to see someone that throws harder than me throw it and see if it actually flies, because obviously for me, it just wanted to dump out at that 275 range. I don't know if we can equate overstability to glide, but obviously it doesn't glide for me and it just wants to get to the ground. And now the puddle top one, I know I already said it, but it's really like I created an understable disc that is overstable. On backhand hyzers or flat, it seems to want to get some turn or some flip up out of it, but at the end it is practically spike hyzering into the ground. It is like digging. So I don't really understand that. It's almost like it wants to go far and then it doesn't, it just drops. And then I thought it was incredibly interesting that the forehand was too much for it. So it's like it's not as torque resistant and it just wants to fold over into rollers. But yeah, I kind of enjoy doing stuff like this. It's kind of fun. I know a lot of people will be like, why are you ruining discs? It's just for fun, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, let me know what you guys think of it down below. Hit that like and subscribe button and we will see you on the next one.